So, hi everyone, I'm Claire if you're new to me, and if you're not new to me, if you're a hashtag oldie, hello there. So, yeah, I'm really pleased to see that the last couple of days there, well, the last week, because I stuck to it, videos resonated. So honestly, it makes my heart so happy, and I really do feel on a roll now. So let's keep this going. Right, I even done a wee clap. There you go. Very Leo Moon. Leo Moon is my favourite, so I've got my leopard print on for you. So basically, I'm like a kid in a candy store right now, and I've got hundreds of decks, which I've mentioned, I mentioned quite a lot because it's true. And I'm always adding to it. It's literally my obsession. But I have got a particular, like I was drawn to go and get quite a few specific ones. So, I mean, I don't know if I'll use them all, but if I go quite quick and I just pull one from each, then I will. But yeah, we'll just see how I go. So, yeah, basically, if you're new to me, literally every single word that comes out my mouth, every movement that I make, my mood, whether I'm particularly kind of goddess Isis, a bit fierce, or more softer kind of Mother Mary vibes, Joan of Arc vibes, really whatever the energy is, I'm channeling. So today's Leo Moon. Leo Moon happens to be my favourite moon sign as well. So I'm in quite a good mood. I'm feeling good. So yeah, just pay attention, because like I say, you'll notice more than me. Like for instance, the message that I done for yesterday, I felt very strongly it was for at least 2 people that I know. And yeah, those 2 people are feeling it as too. So anyway, so I've also got the Lover's Oracle. So actually, I'm going to start with that. I'm not sure why I've got the Lover's Oracle. But we'll just see, and we'll trust that whoever needs this particular message will get it. So like I said, it's Leo Moon, which is very happy, jolly, living in the moment, all about children, letting your inner child out, really following your heart, very passionate, be brave, be bold, that term that came up all the last week as well. And we're in Taurus season, the last of Taurus season, so it's all about grounding, calm, very stubborn as well. We're in the alignment of the Pleiades right now as well, so a lot of powerful energy coming in there. Many people call it a portal. I think people debate all of that jazz, but I could certainly say that I was wide awake till about 3 or 4 in the morning, and I tend to be going to sleep very early, so there's definite activity happening. And I literally just realised as well, I think I slept through the exact degree of my destiny. Of my, that sounds a bit heavy, my North Node, when I put follow your North Star for yesterday's video. But it's, guys, this is, okay, when I say guys, it makes me cringe, but I said it. You literally can't write this shit, but in a way, it's funny that I use that term, because you can. Like, astrology is so crazy accurate. I just felt this unbelievable force, which is spirit, and this drive and the sudden motivation to get my shit together and to stick to it for a whole week with the YouTube. Now, people that have known me for a few years could be like, right, this is going to be short-lived. And hey, who knows, it might be. But I really don't think it is. I think unless, God forbid, protect me, I'm ill or something, which can happen, if I don't pay attention to, but when I'm likely to burn out. But actually, I've been pretty good with that the last wee while. Yeah, I will be here come hell or high water. I now feel this is where I'm having fun doing this, and I can't put it any other way than that. It just feels right. And other people that I know have got their North Node in Gemini as well, where it is right now. It's crazy how I can see things really aligning for them, and sorry, my eyes are, I just got chills. My eyes are getting drawn to something. Oh my god, that's going to make me cry. My eyes are getting drawn to something, and yeah, anyway, right, moving on. I feel you, I hear you. Right, so again, yeah, like I say, that happens to be somebody that I know that's talking to me right now, but just pay attention to what I'm saying, because my loved ones in spirit, or whoever I'm communicating, could could talk through me. Oh, right. I know why they're doing that. They're actually just, thanks, they're reminding me that there's a card not in the deck. That's so funny. I wondered why they were doing that. But it's because there was a card that wasn't in the deck. Now that'll be crazy because I didn't show you what it was, but I know what it is. Right, anyway, let's crack on with this. That's the weird shit that can happen, so let's just crack on with this. I'm recording this on the 18th of May 2021, but the message is intended for the 19th of May. 19 is the Sun card, so again, very happy day, and that is amazing that it lands on a Leo moon because Leo is ruled by the Sun. But again, whenever you find it, it'll be when you're meant to find it. Right, so without further ado, what have we got for whenever somebody finds this? I was going to try and make it shorter, but I think that's going to be quite hard. Right, it's not the one that was over there, but give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Okay, I now know why that's come up, because that is very, very Leo. There's a huge theme that I've been noticing coming up with people I work with, and actually, to be perfectly honest, I don't mind saying with myself too, that it's this real encouragement from the spirit world for you to just completely and utterly surrender and believe that whatever it is you want in your life, you can have it. Now, obviously, depending on what it is you're wanting, people's free will, practical kind of things, how long things take, that's going to change for different people because I'm channeling for a collective. But if this message is for you, you will feel it in your bones. You will feel it. It will hit everything in you, is what I want to say. And I really do feel, this is the spirit world really wanting you to get grounded, and notice that sometimes in the back of these cards it's two people getting it on, and on some of them it's like one woman on her own or like one man, and again, whatever sex you are, it doesn't matter. Just take it as it resonates. But to me, this card is, there's a vulnerability because she's quite frankly got her tats out, and she's kissing a tree. So it's about being grounded, connecting with your heart. And again, we're in the Leo energy as I'm channeling this right now. We'll still be, if you're watching it on the 19th. If you watch it another day, whatever, it's not. It might be though. You might be watching it on a Leo moon like months, years later. Anyway, but because she's naked, right, all jokes aside, I do feel this is about a real vulnerability. And because you're just absolutely being yourself, you're staying grounded, you're being rooted in this physical experience, because I do feel people that are drawn to me will probably be quite like me, and not everyone though, because I do attract a lot of practical people that are just awakening, coming into everything like this too. But I really do feel this is speaking to somebody a bit like myself, where it's like, probably quite psychic, intuitive, and want to float off into Neverland, all that kind of mystical stuff, as I get drawn to a very mystical picture over there. But I really do feel, spirit have guided you to really get grounded, really, enjoy this physical experience that you're in. Because I know personally for me, a lot of time I quite frankly haven't enjoyed a lot of my physical experience. But I have to say, actually, apart from the obvious of when I was apart from my beautiful little nieces, one that was literally had just been born, she was only here 4 weeks, that was excruciatingly painful. Apart from that, and missing people close to me that I wasn't able to see, I thrived at the start of the pandemic. I really did. I'm not going to make a secret of it. I did. I really knew that I was born to be in these times. That is very Joan of Arc, isn't it? I knew that I was born to come alive, to find the biggest part of my strength in these times. And but like I said the other day, the start of this year has been pretty rough, and got a lot of shit thrown my way again. But so I'm just, again, it's when I start talking about myself, if you're new to me and that confuses you, just have patience, because I know it can seem a bit weird, but it does always make sense. If you're meant to listen to my messages, you'll get it. But with me saying that, I just feel it's for somebody that's been a bit the same. And what I want to say to you is, that your ships are coming in. When it's like when I actually quite literally saw the ships on the water, obviously. And I kept giving that message about your ships are coming in. Like, I feel for some people it's already happened, or like this is the start of it. Like, blessings coming in. So again, be open to receive. Know that you are worthy and you do deserve it. Whatever this is, it'll be different things for different people. That's interesting. They're drawing me to one of my birthday cards over there. So I really do feel somebody watching this right now has got a birthday around this time. So again, that just wanted to come in there. Obviously, it will be somebody's birthday at some point, but and I know it was somebody's birthday. Yeah, there was a couple of birthdays I know that were like yesterday, but I can't think anybody. Oh, actually, my cousin, my mini me's birthday is on the 21st, and that is a very potent, that is a very potent degree. That the last degrees of Taurus, and that's very star seedy. Right. So, anyway, what else do we need to know? We've got light, yeah, because the light is here. So that's why, now I know why they were, and it reached 11 minutes as soon as I said that. I really do feel, you know, in 11 is awakening. A lot of other things, it's manifestations, it's new beginnings, but I really do feel in this context, it's awakening, and like you saw the light is here. Because they always pull me up to this, but they're doing it again. When it rains, look for rainbows. When it's dark, look for stars. So I really feel, if you've been a bit like myself and you've went through a bit of darkness, like from the start of January this year in particular, or perhaps you were in it, you know, longer than that. Like, say, I was actually, you know, I've had a really, apart from the obvious, like loved my work, and yeah, managed to do my best to navigate through the weirdness. I mean, and I still am. But what I'm saying is, like, you know, the start of 2021 has been pretty rough. And again, I've still managed to do it. I love my work, and, you know, I work with the most amazing people, and everybody's got what it is they need, and, you know, really enjoyed it. But like I say, it was pretty rough. So I really do feel a lot of people are going through that now, though. But other people are on the same sort of wave, for lack of a better word, that I'm on. And your energy should be starting to pick up. You should be starting to see the light. You should be starting to feel like the lighthouse. That's interesting. I said something like that earlier today, and I was walking with my mum. But you know that you are meant to be a lighthouse. You're meant to be shining that light out. You're meant to be a beacon for others in the darkness. You know, when I was years ago, when I was in my dark night, so that is a message from Spirit that was passed on. Is, you know, that is, the wolf is about the teacher, and it is about helping others see out the dark. The teacher part didn't really come in for me until I was ready to accept it properly. Along with my own, you know, shamanic people saying to me over and over again, you know, it's a great responsibility. You are here to teach others as well. But it's primarily, you know, the wolf is about being a wolf pack and being a bit of a lone wolf too, which I absolutely am, and quite frankly, you know, I do like it that way. But with the North Node in Gemini, I'm meant to be coming into the community and being more available, you know, to help people. So this is me doing that. And then obviously in my physical, you know, environment, I'll be doing that as well more, because I was, before we went into lockdown, I was really enjoying it. But I do prefer online. But this is a message for other people. Wherever you prefer, you're probably meant to be going. Now that's not going to make sense. That's going to confuse people. I was about to say you're meant to be going the other way, but what I mean by that is wherever your comfort zone is, and you know that you're staying too comfy, you know, take a look to where your North Node is, because that's where you're meant to be heading. Like, it should be uncomfortable. Like I said, you know, it's taken me ages to get consistent with YouTube. I've been on off for absolute years now. 6 years, yeah, 6 years, because I'm sure I started this one 2015. So it's taken a while, but like I say, I really do feel like this will be, you know, this will me be on a roll now. So, and again, I'm saying it in public, so, you know, if I say it and it doesn't happen, then fine, whatever. But so I really do feel somebody watching this, you know, it's don't give up is what I want to tell you. Don't give up, because I've always known that this is where I prefer to be, and this is where I'm meant to be, but I really, really resisted it quite badly. So that's why I say that it's important for me to share my experience, because it helps the right people that I'm here to help, because I'm not here to help everyone. It helps the right people that I'm here to help know that I get it, and I will be able to help you, because I'm so fucking patient and compassionate with myself and my own spiritual journey that I'm very good at holding other people's hands with that. Like I say, before I've even stepped in to my full capacity to shine and be that lighthouse. I've done it. And absolutely, the more I rise, the more I'm going to be able to help people rise even further. And I've always known that I'm here to help people. That well, look what when I said that, I've always had an inner knowing that I am, here to help other. I'm here to help other leaders, like lead in their own way, be a loving leader, and not, the kind of old dying out, toxic way that we know a leader to be. We should all be leaders of our own life, rising and helping other people rise. And yeah, you're always going to come up against shitty things like other people's insecurity, or like shadow work and stuff, your own and other people, and perhaps like people that don't really know much about that, and they're not doing it. But by you focusing on your path and taking higher ground, like looking at things from another perspective, and hopefully if you've done enough growth to be that person to choose peace over being right, then you can be a bit more gentle towards situations. And that's interesting because he looks like that Jason Momoa guy. I'm sure that women I sometimes like interact with her on social media there, but it's so funny. Like, she obviously meant it to be that. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I really do feel that might be about a real gentleness coming in a connection there as well. So somebody that you're with, or that you want to be with, something like that, a bit of an inner knowing of this softer side coming in there, like a recognition starting to happen of the connection, is what I want to say. So anyway, right, so right, some tarot. What do we need to know from here? Totally zoned off there. Oh god, it is a bit of a longer, but never mind. Sometimes it will be a longer one, other times it'll be shorter. Like I say, the right people have watched it so far. So right, what do we need to know about the 19th, or whenever somebody finds this? Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. It's like I was starting to think, like, I meant to cut this video. Right, okay, so can't quite believe that. I got chills all over my body. If this is you, you better leave that in the comments and let us know. Somebody is coming into reunion. It would be absolutely magical if it happened on the day. But what actually, do you know what though? My feeling would be, yeah, if you're totally open and all that kind of stuff, and use your own discernment, definitely let us know. Definitely like the video at least. But if you're feeling drawn to, you could put something in the comments. That would be amazing. But actually, trust yourself with that, because that was coming in very, very strongly, a recognition of the connection there. And then these two came out together. I mean, Ace of Cups, love, and the Three of Cups, reunion. I mean, you can't, and that's celebrating too. And remember, this is the Sun card today, so you can't actually get much more straight to the point. This absolutely isn't going to be for everyone, but it is for someone out there, especially because my eyes were getting drawn to the word love over there as well, and joy. Yeah, so this is a very happy day. Now that could be a literal reunion of in love, but it could also be, like, if you think about it, it could be a love reunion of getting together with your friends, your family, because we're coming out of lockdown here in the UK. But again, I more felt that was quite an exciting love reunion, to be honest. But interesting, at the same time, we've also got great sadness and the need to heal and to forgive yourself and others. So it's almost like something exciting is on the horizon. Not almost, something is definitely exciting, like new connections in all areas of life, and just enhanced self-love, or enhanced romantic love, or ignited love if you're already in a relationship. All these kind of exciting things. But I do feel the full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, it's changing massive things in your life at the same time, which has already caused sadness, and there's more of an acceptance there for some of you. For other people, you might still be kind of I mean, with eclipse energy, right, I always see it like somebody's hanging onto a tree trunk in a storm or something, or like a tornado, and it's like, in this, because it's just, you know, symbolic, it's like, what I want to say is, just let go. You know, let go and let God. If people are meant to be in your life, whether it's in love connections, definitely, or friendships, or sadly, you know, like I say, it always really upsets me friendships too, but upsets me family stuff too, and people aren't with their family. But honestly, I've worked with some people where it absolutely is just better that the toxicity that is there, that, you know, absolutely meant to, you know, to make right decisions for yourself, to not be around that. But where you know, I can help somebody to come to a truth there, I would. But again, there's definitely been a few cases where it's like, nah, absolutely fucking not. And again, I'm very grateful, you know, that I certainly have my moments through my family and stuff, because I'm very different, but my family are absolutely amazing. My you know, my nearest and dearest, I've definitely got other family members that probably think I'm an absolute whack job for doing this, but give a fuck. I've also got other extended family members that are very supportive, and have even bought me tarot cards for birthdays and Christmases and that. So you win some, you lose some. I feel I'm pretty grateful and that. Anyway, why am I talking about this? So basically, what I'm saying is, yeah, there's things that are changing your life that are presently causing you sadness and discomfort. But there's a lot of good coming in as well, right? And look, 8 of water, 8 of cups, because God, I can feel the sadness when I'm channeling this as well, because it is time to move on. A desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth, because I feel that it's kind of like, you know, if you don't let go of certain situations in your life that you've outgrown, or basically that, like I've been saying, the karmic contract is over with a lot of people. For some people it will be quite dramatic, and but for other people it's more just sad, because there's this inner knowing, inner knowing, and quite fragile, gentle knowing with all parties, however many is involved, that this is just it. So again, for some people that could be like romantic, this could be marriages or anything, but for some people it's friends, like I say, and but it's just this inner knowing and this real fragility that something has changed, and it's, you know, so it's sad, but it is, you know, it's basically for both people to reach their full potential. There does feel like there needs to be distance here for people to find what it is they really want, whether that is love in their life, or career wise, or again just to be the happiest that you can be. So that is what I would say is, you know, when I've ever been in these situations, and I have got a lot of similar change going on, or been through it recently, kind of thing, it's that kind of thing of, in fact I've been through it recently, meaning like the last few years, like say I'm changing that much, like the Phoenix rising, that people can't keep up with me. I don't mean that in a kind of dickhead way. I quite literally mean that. Like, this was said to me 6-7 years ago. Wow, was that a petal or a white feather? But it was a wee twirling white petal, I think. Strange. That would be meaningful to someone though. It was said to me at my mediumship circle that basically at one point I would just be flying so high, like on a Pegasus, that all the connections around me would just change, but it wouldn't be like I was left with no one, because other people will have been coming in, edging their way in, over, you know, like overlapping, and that's absolutely true. But yeah, again, it's sad, because it is just sad. And then as I'm looking at a spider on a spider web, weaving a new web of life, because that's what spiders mean. Creative writing too, for anyone that wants to write a book, just to go off track a bit. Anyway, so the High Priestess, again, it's all just backing up that you have got this inner knowing. You need to listen to your intuition. You need to have patience with the changes. Consider carefully what you want before acting. But I really do feel in this case, there is that inner knowing for all parties. And look, this is just like crazy. Yeah, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So it's just about, you know, be gentle with situations that you know you do need to be gentle with. Definitely, if I'm picking up on, and I do think I am, because again we are in a time of, we're in a time of unions, right? We're in a time of unions. We're in a time of reunions. You can see that as coming out of lockdown and reuniting with your loved ones, or you can see that as past lives where people have tried to connect and it's not quite worked, and it's time for you to connect now. You can see it in whatever way you want. You can call it whatever you want. It's happening. But for these to happen, you need to release the old. And this is the Death card. Release. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. I mean, I'm getting chills. Like you can't get any more straight to the point with this. So I'm going to wrap it up now because we're on 25 minutes. Oh, and what's just jumped out. So yeah, look, you need to talk about your feelings. So those of you that this is strongly resonate with, and I can actually kind of feel people cringing, and I mean in the sense of, oh my god, I don't want this to resonate, or I don't want to deal with this, or I just want to close the door, I just want to, you know, shut off from the world. And listen, Hermit, moon card, numerology, I hear you, sister, I hear you, brother, but you'll know, trust your intuition. There's a lot of cards about that. You'll have that inner knowing when it's time to face something, when it's time to have a deep and meaningful talk with someone. I do feel, you know, it's interesting because I do feel there's like heavy ones where you're needing to sort of end something, or something's changing and you're needing to clear the air. And I do feel there's other conversations happening there that are quite exciting, and it's like people that have needed to talk for quite a while. And you know, there's lots of different sort of things that I'm picking up here, or for some people that could be there's a freaking another white feather has just floated like up past my window. So white feather again. Yeah, talk about your feelings, tell a friend how you feel. So there's deep and meaningful conversations needed to have here. And again, if you are one of these people that's feeling quite down in the dumps, you know, get out and move your body, exercise, run, walk, swim, otherwise move your body. This will give you more energy and happiness. So I really do feel that's picking up on what I was saying the other day about some people are really, what was I going to say? Some people are really feeling the low, heavy energy of things changing and not wanting to let go. So what I would say is, having gone through that the past few weeks, I'm sure you can tell from what I've been channeling, a lot of change in loads of areas of my life. The uncomfortable part that I've had to go through with changes to get to here, to get to being on here, showing up every day, doing my life purpose. And it's going to be hard because I'm under no illusion. Well, it'll only be hard if I believe that, but you know, I'm aware that it could be to, you know, to be motivated, to be consistent. It can take a bit of energy to do that, but again, I'm feeling good about it, and I just feel, yeah, I'm feeling good about it. So let's not jinx it. I don't believe in jinx it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, blah 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 blah. What I'm trying to say is, I understand, I deeply empathise. I've been helping people in that place. I have been in that place many a time. But all I can say is, give yourself time. Everybody processes differently. Give yourself time to deal with things. Different situations will feel more severe than others, and more difficult, and only you know how you feel. Other people don't get to dictate and decide how you feel. Only you know how you feel. And a lot of these karmic endings feel really pretty heavy, to be honest. Right, I'm going to read this one from the book because these are lovely newer cards that I've got, and then I'm going to pull an astrology one, I think, too. So we've got courage. Yeah, I mean, that is just, wow. It just, honestly, I mean, how long I've been doing this, a whole karmic cycle, 7 years, and it never fails to amaze me how they lead me to the exact cards that need to be pulled. So courage, strength, fearness, and family. And I was talking a lot about family in this video. So yeah, 2, again, the High Priestess energy, and I'll get that on the book there, and then I'll pull an astrology. The lion looks ahead to the time before him with tranquil courage, ready for anything. He reveals that an important event is on the horizon for you, and this is what I was saying about feeling that happier energy coming. A situation may require that you summon up your courage, or perhaps even take risks. The lion is known as the king of beasts because of his mighty roar and regality. The situation facing you may involve direct action and strong communication of sorts, so that's already came through. You must have the courage to express your truth and make your desires known, and to take action on your behalf, no matter what or whom you're dealing with. Oh my fucking god, I've just realised I'm channeling this in Leo Moon, and this is for Leo Moon on the 19th, if you're finding it on that day. But it'll be relevant whenever, and it's a freaking lion. I mean, you just can't make this up. And to take action on your own behalf, no matter what or whom you're dealing with. The word courage comes from the French word for heart, and again, Leo's all about the heart. This card is telling you that even if you felt uncertain, frightened in the past, you now have the strength of heart to face your life with self-actualized clarity. Whether it's regarding a relationship or a situation at work or at home, the action you engage in or expression of your truth now will be blessed by the purity of your own divine heart. The lion is a social animal that lives in family groups. On a practical level, this card may be sending a message regarding that experience. Wow, I mean, there's definitely something about families here. You may need to care for a family member, encourage them to take greater care of themselves. A new member of the family may also be coming your way. I bring the courage of my soul to all issues of my life. I stand in my true power now and always. Wow, I mean, and it's on page 31, so the 31st of may be significant to someone there. Look what's on the bottom. Venus, love. So surely I don't need to explain that. Oh my god, are you fucking shitting me? It was at 31 minutes when I said that about the 31st. This is what I'm saying. Like, hang around if you're new and just pay attention. Every single thing that I'm doing, I'm just channeling 24/7. I noticed it a long time ago, and other people in this, like, you know, field noticed it as well. I'm just a constant channel. It can be really, it can be entertaining, it can be really annoying as well. The amount of songs that grab my attention in a day. And it's not, you know, sometimes it's, although other people are like, oh my god, that must be amazing, it's like, sometimes it's really annoying, you know what I mean? Because I could be in quite a difficult situation, and the songs that come on are like so insanely in sync with what I'm going through, especially if it's what I'm going through. But you know, for other people, oh god, I've just realised I've been looking at the wrong fucking camera the whole time. Anyway, but see what that means as well, that means something too. I've been looking at the wrong thing the whole 30 minutes of the videos, and I've just realised that this is where I'm heading. This is where I need to look, right? So some people might, what you on about, Claire, but it's like, it's never too late. The whole video's done and I'm looking at the camera now, but the point is I'm now headed in the right direction. I'm looking at the camera, so I know in the next one to look down here, and that's very reflective of you. I mean, it's representative, whatever you want to say, symbolic of you getting in alignment. And as long as you're heading in the right direction now, and you've recognised where something needs to end for something else to begin, then that's all that matters. That's quite cool how they've done that. And it doesn't feel natural, so it does feel like the symbolic message of when you're facing, you know, your North Star, your North Node, it shouldn't feel comfortable. Like, to me, I'm looking at right down at the corner of the phone, and it looks like it feels like I'm not talking to the people watching this, but I know because I checked. Like I done a wee test to see, and I saw that it was when you look down here, that's looking at the camera, whereas, you know, I keep looking here, but then I know that, anyway, blah blah blah, you get it. Right, give us an astrology card, Spirit, and let's wrap this up, because this was a longer one. But it felt quite special, it did feel quite special, and let us know below if it resonated. So, I'm loving the vibes of this. I'm telling you, it's because of that freaking alignment of the Pleiades energy. Yod, destiny. I mean, that's like a really magical, clearly, destiny. That's like a really magical thing in astrology. That's why I never use these cards. I'm thinking, why am I using these? That's why. I see. Yeah, I see why. Yeah. And that's the next eclipse. I mean, it's mad. Right, so, and they're drawing me to so many important symbols as I'm flicking through this book. My nose is really itchy. Loved ones in spirit. Those start coming in now. Oh, you can if you want, but oh my god. Right, my nose is itchy. That's loved ones in spirit, aka dead people trying to talk, right? So I'll have you chat with them after. I've got to channel a few mediumship messages afterwards. Right, so my lipstick's on. Right. Yod destiny. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Right, I can't. I just can't. With what I just chatted about with the camera, I mean, can you see the connection there? The ancients believed that the Yod was an area of fate in the chart and not a particularly favourable one. Also called the eye of God and the finger of God. The Yod is a particular astrological configuration in the chart. Now that's interesting because let's just see what it says, but I thought that people thought that was lucky. Anyway, it is a triangle formed by planets 60 degrees apart, with while both are 150 degrees from a third planet, whatever. Boring bit. This creates a thin pie-shaped aspect. The Yod configuration is linked to the Hebrew alphabet Yod, or Yod. It's a template of the Hebrew alphabet, which has mystical implications signifying the omnipresence of God, and often denoting humility, because the energy is locked and the triangular configuration causes matters to be fated. What was I saying about if you've got a North Node in Gemini right now? And often difficult, but not without the rewards. What the actual? Have I literally not just been going on about this? That you're dealing with difficult situations that have come to an end of sorts, or changing in a big way, but new things are beginning. And it's fated. Like, literally said all of this. Crazy. Yod configuration is influential and implies that there's a disruptive force at work. In a sense, this astrological placement of planets is somewhat in exile from other planetary energies because they're not harmonious with each other and therefore cause tension. This can bring about feelings of intense stress and restriction. There can also be a sense of being different, feeling alone, and being out of step with others at times. A Yod in a natal chart can even indicate being the black sheep of the family. Do you know, that's so interesting, because I actually nearly used that term when I was talking about myself. Like, that's what I was meaning by, you know, I can often feel like that. But the more I made peace with myself and my very different life and life experience and life purpose, the more harmony that's come about with not only my family, but everyone around me. And like, say, absolutely 100% friendships have changed and evolved, or just quite frankly ended, and that's been happening for quite a few years now. But other people that were more aligned, like, you know, lots of other mediumship friends or lots of other healer friends, which I don't necessarily like, you know, that's not what I was sort of putting out there that I wanted. I don't need everybody to like the same shit that I do. For a long time, I was the only sort of weird one that liked all the psychic stuff. And I would say to a lot of my friends, you know, look at the rainbow, look at the sunset, and they'd be like, what? Or like walking home on a night out 5 in the morning, and I'd be like appreciating the sunrise coming up, and you know, they wouldn't be bothered. And now lots of the same people love all that now too, as part of spiritual awakening. So, you know, and I was fine when they didn't like it, and it was fun when people did start to appreciate that. But this is more, because like I say, I've still got a couple of really close friends that, like, none of this is her jam at all, but it works because it means that I can just be really grounded in the physical world when I'm with her, even more so than what, you know, like the most probably when I'm with her, and you know, get away from, like, yeah, just some of my work's really heavy, and then my other friends quite like that too, always really respectful of what I do, but like, say, yeah, it is just, so like with myself, like, if you might find lots of relationships are changing in your life, but you should see that you're getting drawn to quite a lot of like-minded, and like your starseed family. And again, very, very apt that I'm channeling this in this, you know, these few days of that special energy flooding in, if you choose to believe that is going on, and there's a lot of, yeah, there is high energy going on, and it's all happening. But what I'm saying is, it's difficult, you know what I mean? You can feel quite alone. You can feel like, oh my god, is anyone else going through this? Welcome to spiritual awakening, whether you know you've just found this and you're brand new to all of this, or whether you're an old hat and you've been, you know, you were sitting there like me on 2012 with the crystals in your hands ready for the world to change and nothing happened. But again, it did, but just not in the way that, you know, it was all sort of hyped up. Or even longer, you know, you're welcome wherever you're at, but you'll know that spiritual awakening is just transformation after transformation after transformation, and I pulled a card about that earlier. So, When the odd card presents itself in a reading, it means that the situation may be chaotic and may soon turn that way. Oh God. It will be hard to see any clear path because of this chaos, but it will be important to weather through it all. And listen, having literally just went through this for practically the whole month, trust me, after a hurricane comes a rainbow. This is not always bad because it's a process of finding what works and what isn't functioning, and now will be the time to be scaling things down and weeding out what is unnecessary. That's why the death card was there a minute ago. But more than that, this card is about finding your own truth, even though that truth may not be reflected through others. You may wish for more support when this card comes up and will have to manage this all on your own. Another development may turn up, and that is that you'll prefer to work out on your own without any interference from others. And so, yeah, you might have been seeking a lot of solitude. I know that absolutely. When I was in this place, that's where I was just wanting to be alone to work out. Oh my God, people are absolutely getting their kit off there. You like to run into the sea and everything. So, but yeah, but basically, so I feel people will be getting their kit off and getting it on. I've just made that correction. That is funny. Right, so have fun. Leo is the 5th house is about sex as well, guys. Have fun with that. So this card can denote a time of a voyage inward and come to your own truth. There really isn't anyone who will have the tools to figure this out more than you at this time. So now may not be the best time to take advice from others. Your inner knowing, that card came up in the reading, has it already. So just have to take time to process information to come to your own answers. At times when the odd card turns up, there will be health issues that need to be dealt with, solved before moving forward. It can be indicative of an autoimmune disease, celiac disease, fibromyalgia, myalgia, I'm not going to be able to fucking say any of these, thyroiditis, I don't know how to say that, everyday allergies, I was talking about allergies today, and other ailments. Although these diseases would not be life-threatening, they could still be crucible of sorts with the need for drastic changes to be made for relief or for symptoms to subside. I'm reading it all because I feel people do need to hear this, like some certain people, not everyone. More positively, this card means that circumstances are good for achieving your goal, but be prepared for sacrifices on your part, and not just one but several. I mean, this is crazy because they're all just saying the same thing, these cards. You have a desire for greater awareness, which will come through dedication, but patience and adaptability are necessary in making this situation work to fulfill your greater purpose, the one you were born for. Wow. Needing to make adjustments, being inventive, being unique, having a special purpose, trusting all will work out when it's meant to, the eventual success of destiny and fate. I just love that I said that at the start. Even amongst chaos, self-examination, discovery after a period of confusion, missed opportunities, increased awareness, humility, being shown factors you're currently blind to, making up your mind, making a choice, learning from adjustment, flowing with change, a conduit of energy, profound blocks. Now notice that I spoke about how my channeling works as well, so that's interesting that I said a conduit of energy. Profound blocks, stop and start motions. It's best not to force the issue at this time as there's fate involved. Allow matters to unfold before acting, bringing everything together, answering the call as ordinary life is released into the spiritual. Holy fucking shit. Destiny, doing things on your own, standing strong, making a difference. I mean, that's powerful. So, yeah, basically it's all going on, guys. So this was a little bit longer, but it was absolutely meant to be. What I was going to say as well is it's interesting that was mentioned, the significance of the number 10, because when I'm channeling this intended for the 19th, 1 and 9 is 10. So there's another synchronicity. And 10s are about endings. They're about the liminal space of it's not quite the end, it's not quite the beginning. But the good news is then we get into the awakened energy and, the beginning or again. So we're, new beginnings are often disguised as I wanted to say very painful endings. So, and it reached 44, that's the angels are with you. So I recognise my body as a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. So again, yeah, really value and honour your soul and your body. You're both. It's about marrying the masculine and the feminine, the mind and the heart, the body and the soul, all these kind of analogies. And it's really when you marry and unite and there's a reunion of these energies within yourself, that definitely for those of you on the those of you in any kind of love relationship, but particularly those of you on the twin flame path, because that is primarily who I channel for, basically, or who's going to resonate the most. It's absolutely about that. It's crucial that you bring your own energy into balance, and when you focus on that alone, whoever it is that is meant to come into your life, romantically, but really all the special connections that are meant to come into your life to really help you live your highest timeline, your highest purpose, like that card said, the special purpose that you have, it will all magically come together. I've just remembered to look down there. When you be the best that you can be for you and nobody else, including the elusive twin flame, because I'm going to be, I love how dramatic I'm being, Spirit, this is brilliant, because you are your own twin flame first. You know, it's true, like the love of your life, the true love of your life should be you. And when you get that, like, right where you want it in balance, that's when the person turns up, if you're wanting that. Or guess what, the person that sits beside you on the couch every night while you're watching the telly turns up in a bigger and better way, like never before, like they're a brand new person. Different scenarios for different people, but the magic of this journey, twin flame journey, but definitely the magic of life, is that you have to let go and trust when it all doesn't make sense. So anyway, that was all very lovely, and it's like I turned into a bit of an actor there at the end. I don't know whether it was a good one or a bad one. You can let me know. But yeah, anyway, this was a longer video, but absolutely it's going to be for whoever needed to hear it. So I wish you a lovely day whenever you found this. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody that you feel might need to hear this. And yeah, and I'll see you, I shall see you in the next video. What I was going to say is look out in the links below. It might be there now or in the coming days for an event that I'm holding next week, and I would really love to support you on that event if you would like to be there. See you later.